This is Emily, and I'm doing a video. I've done a few, and I'm devoting this to something that I've been dealing with a long time in my own personal life. I've been diagnosed with transgender. I've been transgender since I was 4, and I've been trying to deal with it as best I could. You know, I have all the things that most people want in life. I have a family. I have a beautiful son, a wife. I'm very happy and very lucky in my life. I've been struggling with being transgender since I was just a little kid. And now that I'm very mature in my age now, I think I had gone through a great deal. Personally, I had my share of tragedies that I had to deal with in my own life. And I think that that was a big impetus into my all of a sudden needing to go forward with my own transition. So you might say that I'm actually embarking on my own personal journey now, and I'm chronicling it. I'm trying to put a book together. I do write in a blog that I created a few years ago as a result of a tragedy, and also to write for my son because I'm concerned about his own situation as well. But I also started to add a lot about my own personal struggles into the blog, so it kind of has taken a life of its own with a lot of personal experiences shared about being transgender. I've seen videos on YouTube about individuals transitioning. I find that they're very interesting and that I learn quite a bit from all the videos that I do watch. I'm kind of fascinated also with the full transition videos where you see the transition in the making, where they put together clips of pictures and sometimes set it to a music background. I would eventually like to do that myself. I'm not at that level yet, and I need some help professionally to put together a video of that nature. But I'm trying to look at my own situation from a perspective of also sharing my experiences to try to help not only myself, my family, but others too who go through what I'm going through. I'll tell you one thing, that it's not an easy thing. I've had this dealings of being transgender since I was 4 years old. So I can tell you that it's a lifelong struggle, and it's something that not many people truly understand. They can't appreciate what that means, but I know because I've dealt with it since I was just a little kid. So I speak personally about it, and I speak a lot from my heart because I can relate, and I have a lot to say. The main thing about being transgender and what individuals go through is that they know that they feel different. Their mindset is completely different from their physical presentation. They feel totally inappropriate to what they're born as. Life is very complicated to them, and they truly don't know why it is that they have such feelings. I can personally say that I struggled too, and I always questioned why I had these feelings. I couldn't really explain or understand. I tried my best to get through those times, and I was depressed quite a bit. I had no real sense of what happiness really meant inside when I struggled so much. But you know, I came from a good family, and I was very fortunate, and I was well taken care of. So I got through things, you know. I admit that it wasn't easy for me, but you know, I did kind of do a lot in my life, and I'm proud of that. I went to school, I studied hard. I was always good with my studies, and actually kind of pushed myself because that was something that was important to me. and it also helped me. You know, growing up, there were many things that I liked. I was interested in sports too. I enjoyed playing baseball. I was very involved with Little League Baseball, and actually I did pretty well in that. I also liked school. I enjoyed studying mathematics and science. I was an engineering major in college. And I actually gravitated towards math and physics. Those were my two favorite subjects, calculus and physics. So it was natural for me to study, to be engineering. I also enjoyed the business aspects, so I also studied accounting. When I was a college student, I felt it was very difficult to transition, even though deep down I wanted to. I was too busy with studying that I really didn't have a chance to even consider transitioning. But the reality is, when you're transgender, you want to transition as early as you can. For me, it was not that simple, because first of all, I never had the opportunity to tell anybody about my situation. I kind of didn't come out, and I kept it all inside. It was a secret that I never revealed to many people at all, if any. Actually, the only time I did reveal it was through a letter, and that was very brief. I just wrote, as I indicated in a blog entry, that I just wrote it out to 3 people, and we never discussed it further than that. So really, my coming out has evolved, but my true coming out was just recent, actually in my early 50s. For many people, it's very difficult to transition at such an age, because you're pretty well set in your life. So for me, it's a very strange situation, because I have a family, I have a son who's my everything, and I love him, and I want to do all I can for him. But at the same time, I have to find a way to enjoy life too, and I feel like in my 50s I really have to start to think about what life is all about. You know, we're only here for a brief time. So, you know, I went through quite a bit. I wanted to transition. I wanted to do it as early as possible. Never had the chance. So I figured now is better than, you know, never. And I had the opportunity, luckily, to come out and start working as a female. Actually, I'm very fortunate. I work at a doctor's office, and I enjoy it very much. I work with wonderful people, and they were very open-minded right from day one when I interviewed there, and they accept me, and I work hard, and I'm very lucky, and I'm very happy. Also, I balance that with my family, and you know, to be honest with you, transitioning is not easy. It's very difficult, and it's a very emotional thing. So I think that it's something that I'm still evolving with, and it's never gonna be easy, but I'm very much at peace now, and that's really all I can ask for. You know, I want the same thing for my son. I want to do everything I can for him. I'm his father. I'll never stop being his father. That's without question. But at the same time, I also need to feel good about things, and by transitioning, I feel much more happy and more at peace with myself, and I feel more natural. Everything seems like it's meant to be this way. I can't explain it. I don't have the answers. All I know is I'm doing what I feel is right in my heart. I would never want to hurt anyone, especially my son or my family. With that said, though, it's very important that I do go through with my transition. I don't want to just stop midway. I have to be fully committed to it, as I am fully committed to my job, my career, my family. So, just like anything else in my life, things that are important to me, I need to focus on and be committed to. My transition towards becoming Emily has been a lifelong struggle. And it's only now that I can be truthful and relate to others as Emily. For the longest time I could not do that, and it was very difficult for me. I could never relate to people really, and I wanted to desperately. I wanted to reach out, I wanted help. I started to go to therapy years ago, but I was in and out. It's expensive too, to be honest with you, but you have to do what you can, and talking to others is very important. So I'll share all my life's experiences. This is one video of many, and more will come, but I'm going to put together a collage, and this will be the first. Thank you.